So timbre is the quality of a sound. So the same pitch with the same volume and the same duration can have a different quality depending on its timbre. So if you try singing the same pitch at the same volume with your mouth wide open versus almost all the way closed, the difference is going to be timbre. So if I go ah with my mouth all the way open, ah, and then I do the same thing with my mouth almost all the way closed, ah, ah, that more nasally sound compared to that wide sound, that difference is one of timbre. Now, one way that we talk about timbre is the spectral evolution of a sound. So if I make the sound ah, it's going to start with an attack, then move to a decay, then sustain itself, and then release. And so on every sound, you have this like initial punch, ah, as the air or the the mallet hits the drum or something like that, that that pops the sound up, and then that initial pop falls down a little bit to a plateau. And so in my voice, if I go ah, that first moment is a little louder than the rest of it, and that rest of it is the sustain, that plateau, and then at the end you have this tapering off ah as the sound releases. And these all contribute to how a sound physically looks unique in its sound waves. So different instruments and even how you play those instruments will have different qualities of sound waves. So if a computer does a sine wave, it will look very even, but a violin, that sort of complex, warm sound comes from a more complex sine wave. And then the sort of more um, uh, uh, constant sound of a piano, that comes from the more constant um, sound wave that a piano has. And so next we're going to look at the ways that different instruments produce these different sounds.